Good morning, guys. It's currently 6:19 a.m. Tuesday, September 3rd. I'm currently, less than 2 weeks out from my next bodybuilding show. Well, my first one of this season. So I just want to say, if I seem tired, if I seem out of it, it's because I'm drained from this bodybuilding prep. And usually I do these videos shirtless, but actually we're gonna do it shirtless. But on bodybuilding prep, you get a little cold easy because your body fat gets so low. But I want to bring you guys a video today to all my young men, really anybody young, but specifically young men, because I can only speak from, my experience about dating. Because dating when you are young can either make or break you. For example, every single relationship I've been through, and I've been through probably a dozen relationships, and what I mean by that is not quite 100% fully dating them, but we spent a couple months, we went on dates, we texted, etc. That's what I mean by dating. I've been through at least a dozen of them. And my recent one actually ended 2 or 3 weeks ago. And this one was completely different. The way I handled it was completely different. I went about the breakup in such a mature way. And so I want to share with you guys what I've learned, because I feel like I'm in a spot now where it would really help out a lot of young men. Because again, dating can either make or break you when you are young. And I make these PR talks, again, if you're new to the channel, I make these PR talks where every single morning I wake up and I talk about something that's on my mind to the camera, just raw, authentic. And I, usually journal about it in the morning. So I'm going to be opening my notebook to talk about the things I wrote down this morning. And just, anybody who's on a self-improvement journey can get value from this. But also the way dating can break you. For example, I'll share my sister with you. This is her right here. This is actually the day she passed away, August 7th, 2021. But, dating broke her because it just kept her in a perpetual cycle of, I don't even know what to call it, just pain, I guess the best way to put it. I saw her dating these shitty men and she could never level up past them. She could never learn from them. She kind of just used dating as a vice is the best way to put it. And that's the last thing I want you to do is I think every time you go through a breakup, your next one should be better. You should become a better person. There should be something about you that changes and that becomes better, because dating when you are young, for most people, sometimes we'll see all these successful relationships, which would be nice to have, but some of us just struggle with it a little bit more, right? For most people, you should be leveling up after each and every single relationship, right? And dating when you're young it's a learning experience. You get to learn about you. You get to learn about who you like too. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. So again, this video is mainly for young men out there. Again, I make these videos for people who are just a couple steps behind me in self-improvement, if you want to call it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm 21 now, and the way I came up with the idea is I was thinking about what originally got me traction online, because I'm a full-time online coach, online influencer, whatever you want to call it. I make a good amount of money online. I've been doing it for 4 years now. And the thing that originally got me here was actually talking about dating advice. So I want to go back to the roots a little and talk about that, because it's a straight up struggle for our generation, man. And I remember relationships I had last year and the year before that. when I went through that breakup, it actually really hurt me and really slowed down my progress in life and really fucked me up. But this recent one, dude, it's just I accepted it instantly, and it hasn't really affected me at all. If anything, it's just driven me. And I always say that if you want better, you gotta give yourself better, dude. If you're going through relationships, if you're dating and you're not getting exactly what you want, you're not getting the respect from the woman you want, you're not getting as hot of a girl as you want or whatever. You're just not even getting attention at all. It's like, in order to get better, you must give yourself better, right? If you want more attention from women as a man, you have to give yourself more attention. You gotta focus on you until the focus is on you, right? If you want a badder bitch, you gotta become a badder man, right? If you want a woman to respect you more, you have to respect yourself more, okay? People can only respect you as much as you respect yourself. People can only be attracted to you as much as you, I guess, are attracted to yourself. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, the amount of work you put into yourself, right? So, you know, that's really who I'm speaking to. And this video is not for like fucking, not for the softies out there, because this is like masculine dating advice. So if you're a little fucking bitch, I know some people come around to my comments and comment some bullshit, some losers, bro. And it's just like, you got nothing better to do, man? Like, come on, dude. Not for the fucking... This is for the men out there that want a bad bitch by their side. Okay, a bad bitch by their side, a bad wife by their side, right? And just want to conquer the fucking world and not allow, like, women to hold them back, but to actually, like, push them forward, right? And so, you know, like, my whole story with dating, dude, like, bro, when I started dating at 13, dude. I started dating at 13, and I got in this perpetual motion of just constantly dating woman and woman and woman. You know, from 13 up until 18, I maybe had like fucking 7 relationships, I guess, you know, lasting from 3 months to a year, 5 months, 6 months, right? And, you know, the first one, dude, broke my heart. First relationship broke my heart, dude, because we were together for a year, and she ended up cheating on me. She was kissing some other dude back in middle school or some shit. I found out like once I moved schools, that's what happened. I'm like, fuck. And that's the first time in my life I felt some deep pain inside my heart. Like, I got fucking angry. I saw red, dude. And then like 2 weeks later, bro, because I was just going through it all, I got with this like, just this not top quality girl, dude, right? And then I started to just fall into bad habits, okay? Not top quality in terms of, she was just this young girl who was really heavily into drinking, really heavily into smoking, you know, and she was also on like depression meds and shit. She was just batshit fucking crazy. And I got caught up with that. I mean, oh my God, that relationship was fucking wild, dude. It was wild, bro. Let me tell you that. I remember one night I was sleeping over at her house because I actually got kicked out of my house. And I was sleeping over and I just woke up and she was just fucking staring at me. She's like, good morning, or some shit. And I was like, what the fuck? Crazy, dude. And then after that, dude, just perpetual motion of toxic relationships. And eventually I just got so fucking sick of it, dude. I just got so sick of it because it was just low quality woman, or I would get disrespected, or I get cheated on, right? I got cheated on multiple times. And eventually I just hit a point where I was like, fuck all that shit, like fuck all that. I started to get in the gym, I started to get jacked, I started to work on myself, you know, then I started social media, I started growing on there, and you know, I thought I learned my lesson, so I got with this other girl, and the mistake I made there is I met her at the club. Don't date girls you meet at the club, dude. That's the first lesson, is do not date girls you meet in a place like the club. And this is what a lot of people are gonna say. Oh, it's just a club. What are you doing there? You know what I'm doing there? I'm being a depressed, lonely fuck. Like, the only times in my life I've gone to the club, there's a few exceptions. I'd say when I was in Thailand, going to the club was like, okay, I'm in Thailand. And when I was in Houston after I did my first bodybuilding show, that was like, okay, celebrating. But every single other time I've gone to the club or gone to the bar, it was simply because it was like a Friday, Saturday night, and I was bored and had nothing going on in my life. And so if I like, you were gonna like the place you meet the girl, it really does mean something. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about your decision on why you went to the club, because you're horny and you want to get with somebody or talk to somebody. She did the same exact fucking thing, you know. And I would say a high quality woman that you're gonna want to date is gonna be a woman you're gonna like find at the gym. You know, find somewhere where you're improving yourself, right? Not at the club. But yeah, and funny thing is my friend actually went up and talked to her, but she was staring at me, and she eventually got my snap and we started to talk. And then that created a whole problem with my friend. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, that one, dude, I got so connected to her. Like, I took her on a trip for New Year's. It was just out to, like, Boston, but it was still, like, we did something. And I was only 18 at the time. And I just got super attached, man. I got super attached. And this is where, like, I started to make progress in my life, like, where I was trying to do something as a man, right? So this is the first time I was dating somebody after I was trying to do something as a man. Like, I already had the gym going and a job going, but then I was trying to pursue my escape plan for my job. Because if you're like me, you don't want to work a job your whole life. You kind of have, like, entrepreneurial, aspirations, right? And so I started on social media. I just started posting on there. I had maybe like 100,000 at the time. And I just started making, like, money off monetization on there. And, like, lives. It was pretty cool. It wasn't, like, a lot of money, but, like, I made maybe like $1,000 in a month once. And I was like, holy shit, this is insane, right? And so, that was all going on. And I started dating this girl. But I got super attached to her that I kind of stopped focusing on that growth on, like, social media. And I just became too focused on her to the point where, like, I started to create issues. And thinking back, there was never a time where, like, she created an issue. It's always I created an issue. And this is the last thing you want to do as a man, is create the issue, okay? When it comes down to dating, when you're, like, masculine man dating a feminine woman, you don't want to be the one bringing up issues. You don't want to be the one causing problems, okay? That's woman's job, to cause the problems, because or they're gonna cause problems and make you cause the problems. Like, they are entertained when there is drama going on in the relationship, right? But usually, if you are the one to bring it up, then she kind of is asking herself, does he have no options? Okay, that's what was going on here. And this is the mistake I kind of make a lot of the times, is I commit myself to women too quickly. And this is what you don't want to do. This is what my dad does. My mom always is like, you do the same thing as your dad. And this is what I'm working on. And the way to do this is just through making sure you stay on your purpose as a man. Is you get, like, again, you get too invested into the woman too quick. Like, 3 months in, you're so invested. You unfollow every fucking girl, right? You're sending her all these good morning texts, all these long texts, notes, and so on. Like, you're a lover boy, you know what I'm saying? And that's good and all. But a majority of the time, you gotta, like, extend that out a little. You have to make her earn your investment, is the best way to put it, okay? Because, again, if you are thinking to yourself, yeah, I want to be this masculine man, but you're investing so much into her, she's going to be like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? Like, I want him to be working and focusing on his purpose. Because one thing about women is they truly don't want to hurt you. And when they see you get super invested, they're going to start testing you to make sure that, that they can't really move you off path. Because that's what they want. They want strength. Women, naturally inside of them, they're built to pick the man who is going to be the best for their family. They're not really, like, attracted. They're attracted to you, but they're more attracted to the strength in you, right? And so masculine strength, what masculinity means, is not being able to be moved off path by external, sources. That's what strength is to be able to head in a direction with all these different fucking things pushing you around in life and just continue going that direction, even with all these different things pushing you around. But because I would get too invested, she would do these tests. Women love to test you, cause little problems. And at the time, I just couldn't handle them because I was like 18, dude. I couldn't handle them, so I would just I would argue with her. And that's another thing you don't want to do, is argue. Because most of the time when you're arguing in a relationship, it's kind of about boundaries and standards and so on, right? At least for me. And something I had to learn is, do not argue with your standards. Do not argue with your boundaries. If you have a certain boundary or certain standard, simply, when they pass it or when they do something that kind of crosses that boundary, right? Back off. Pull back. You just have to pull back from the relationship, okay? Because if they truly want you, and this is an important thing as a man, is to choose a woman who chooses you. So if they truly want you, okay, if she chooses you, if she truly wants you, if you pull back, she will come towards you and change for you. But the issue I made is I would come forward and try to make her change. So for example, I think it was something to do with Snapchat, and that's why I fucking hated Snapchat. I would bring up some issue about how, like, oh, maybe she wasn't responding or some shit. I know, crazy young boy shit, okay? And I'd be like, you gotta change this or whatever, or else I'm gonna leave. And then she wouldn't change it. And then I would stay. And it's like, a man sticks to his word. So you gotta fucking leave if you say that's your standard, right? And if she comes back, she comes back. If she doesn't, she doesn't. It's like one of the best quotes is like, it's like the let them theory. Let them do what they want to do, right? Also, it's like, just leave and walk away, because if they come back, they're the right one for you. Well, not the right one for you, but like, give it another chance. And if they don't, then fine, move on, go to something else, because there's a whole new experience, there's a whole new opportunity waiting out there for you. And if you stay stuck on this one, you're just wasting your time, man. You know what I'm saying? You're wasting your time that you could find that person you're looking for. So don't get invested way too quick. Take your time with it, especially as a man. You want to be, especially as anyone really, but especially as a man, you want to be focusing mainly on your purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, find your purpose first before you date. Because I'm telling you, it helps so much. It helps so much, okay? Because you're more focused on yourself, you're less invested into that relationship. And, you know, in a way that is good, because then when you're super invested, the smallest things can kind of offset you. And it's just like, it's like when you were young, when you're dating, it's like, it's not really the best use of your time. It's nice, it's fun, it makes life, but it's not the best use of your time, because there's a large chance that isn't gonna last for a year or 2 years or 3 years. You know, it could last, but that's why you want like minimal investment, okay? You want minimal efficacious dose of love. And then once you figure out, okay, this person's, you know, really for me, then you invest yourself more and more and more, right? But if you're gonna be with that person forever, you gotta give that shit fucking time, right? You gotta have some fucking runway for all that shit, right? So, don't get too invested too quick. And the way to do that is to find your purpose as a man. Now, how do you find your purpose as a man? You wake up every single day and you look for it, okay? Now, a general understanding of purpose is just to become a man you admire, okay? So you can think about purpose as like an onion, okay? And the center of that onion is your purpose. It's to become a man you admire. And every single layer on that onion, right, is kind of just like a different quest. So like for me right now, my quest right now is to become the best bodybuilder ever. I want to get an IFBB Pro card, right? That's my one layer of purpose, getting towards a man I admire, right? And it's not like vanity. It's not like looking like this. It's like the challenge that comes along the way with bodybuilding. Like, I use my body as a vessel to grow my mind. I don't want to do this shit forever. I just want to grow my mind so that I can use that in business, use that later in life, use that in these videos, right? Because my biggest goal is to be the best coach and mentor I can possibly be, right? I currently am a fitness, mindset, habit, and nutrition coach, but I want to expand even farther. I want to do business one day, relationships, like all these cool things, like a Tony Robbins type thing, right? And so I gotta, do these little side quests to get towards that main purpose, right? That's the best way to think about your purpose as a man, okay? And it's not about thinking about like your how. You just have to have a strong why, brother, okay? A lot of people are always trying to figure out, how am I gonna achieve that? How am I gonna figure out my purpose? It's not about how, it's about why. You gotta have a strong burning desire in life. And it's already in you. You just have to take some time to like look inwards and find it in yourself. But yeah, Then after that breakup with that girl I just talked about, I worked on myself even more, right? I started growing social media again, and I got all these videos online. You can go back and pretty much look at my life. And then I meet this other girl, and again, I met her through Tinder. And we went on a date, but we got along super well, and that was going well for 3 months. Like, we were hanging out all the time. It was cool. We were hitting the gym, taking photos. And then once again, I got super invested very quick. And in this relationship, I think I even stopped focusing on myself less or something like that. And I was really hating my life at that time, I'll be honest, And something you have to ask yourself, and that's why you got to find your purpose first as a man and really be on a mission, is when you get into a relationship, why are you getting into it? Are you getting into it because this person is good for you, or are you getting into it because you're lonely and you're trying to fill a hole inside of you? Okay? A lot of young men just need to stop dating for like a couple years, because a lot of the times you're just dating because there's a hole inside of you. Like, that's why I jumped from relationship to relationship from like 13 to 18, because there was a hole inside of me that I was trying to fill. It was a hole of love, and I was trying to get love from somebody else, but you have to get love from yourself to have somebody else love you. Again, you can only love somebody as much as you love yourself, right? So to love yourself is to become a person you admire every single day. So to me, that's to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. I wake up at 5 a.m. every single day, even if I didn't sleep well. I fell asleep at about 12 last night, and I woke up at 3, and I stayed up till 4. Then I slept from 4 to 5. So I got about 4 hours of sleep. But I'm still gonna get up at the time because that's what I told myself I would do. And for me being a man, doing what I said I would do, that is love. That's love, okay? Because I stick to my word and I build that trust and that strength within me, right? And the strongest thing you can do as a man is show yourself you can go without. So go without the relationship, go without that sleep, go without, the vices and so on, right? That's the strongest thing you can do. That's one little tip. But yeah, I got super attached to this girl once again. And yeah, that she drove me batshit crazy, I'll be honest with you. She was fucking hot. She was fucking hot, dude. She had the spine tattoo. She had all these cool tattoos. Oh my God, bro. Holy shit, dude. It's just like, again, every single girl I've dated, I've like leveled up in terms of hotness. So it's like I kept getting more and more attached, and I've eventually broken that. But and then after that one, that's when I really just like hit a fucking wall. That's when in life I really was like, fuck this. Why? Because, dude, I had all these followers online, right? But I was still working a kitchen job for like $15.50 an hour, flipping burgers from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., right? And life was just bad. Like, I'm just flipping burgers, making money. I'm still broke at the end of the month. I have this stuff going online, but I'm not really making much money from it anymore. And then, I'm kind of just like using this relationship as an escape, because all the time I'm texting her like, come over, let's hang out, let's do something. Like every single day of the week, because, after work I just hit the gym, then I'm like fucking bored, I got nothing to do, because I don't know, I wasn't in the right mindset at the time is the best way to put it. So I think that just kind of got to her, she wanted time apart, she was focused on school and stuff like that. And ended up finding out that she was, I guess, working out the gym with another guy. It was fucking crazy. Like, she was in Hawaii at the time, and I ended up going to her gym. And one of my boys there, I showed him, like, yo, I'm dating this girl from this gym. He's like, wait, you're dating her? Like, how long? I'm like, 3 months. And he was like, dude, she was just working out with some other dude like 2 weeks ago here. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Fuck. Heart dropped in the gym. All of a sudden, I'm hitting 315 on bench. And I text her up, and I'm starting this issue, like, oh, so you're talking to other guys at the gym, blah, 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 And that caused a whole issue. And, dude, here's where I made the mistake once again. I didn't walk away from my boundaries, from my standards. Because when that happened, I said, I forgive you. Because it was just like working out with another guy. It wasn't like kissing him or like whatever. It was just like, oh, it's just a gym friend. And I kind of believed it because this motherfucker was like 5'6", like a lot shorter than me. Nothing wrong with being 5'6", but it's just like, why would you go after a guy that's much shorter than me? But here's another red flag. He had dark hair, and something she told me was like, I'm not usually into guys like you. Usually I like darker hair. Never. When a girl says that, leave, bro, leave. Pull away, leave. When she says you're usually not my type, leave, dude. No, okay? She's fucking with you because she's horny. Straight up. She's fucking with you because she's horny. And if you're a lover boy like me, any girl you get into a relationship with, man, you're just like I'm the type of guy that will marry the girl in front of me. Like, I don't like, yeah, my standards are high, but like, as long as you are generally innocent, right? You come from a pretty good family. You're hot. You're beautiful. I should actually say you're beautiful. So you're good looking, but also like inside of you is good looking as well. It's like, yeah, I don't need much more than that. I don't need a million women. That's not what I'm into. A lot of you guys might think I'm that way because I've been through a dozen relationships, but it's not that. I'm good with just one. So yeah, I went back after that, and then she kept just doing the same shit, testing me, following all these guys, and and eventually, yeah, I was like, fuck that, ghosted her. And of course she never came back because she saw that I lost respect for myself for her, that I lowered my standards to her level. The last thing you want to do is to lower your standards to their level. And so, that one just really like fucked me up once again. That was like, the breaking point for me. I was like, I'm done with this shit. And that's when I took a whole year off dating. I tell this story, like, that's when I really took a whole year off dating. I deleted any social media, like dating apps, Snapchat. Really, I was like, I gotta get locked in on something. And then, I basically just quit my job that week because I was like, okay, the current way I'm living life isn't working out. I'm still broke. I'm not happy. You could kind of say I'm depressed. Depression for me is just a notification for self-preservation that you're living out of alignment. And so I was like, I'm done with this job. I'm quitting. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just going to make something work. And so I decided to do a bodybuilding show, right? I knew I needed to build some confidence in me, man, because I didn't have that confidence. I just lost it once again. And so I'm like, I got to do a bodybuilding show. I got to get in shape, right? I've been training for 2.5 years and I still kind of look like shit. So I hired my first fitness coach. I still work with him to today. We've came so far, dude. My first show, I was 155 pounds on stage. I woke up at 199 today, 1 year later, 199. About to step on stage in 2 weeks and also 5 weeks. And so, yeah, I worked towards that goal for 4 or 5 months. And this is when, like, I got everything together, bro. I was up at like 4 or 5 a.m. every single day. I started to work on a business for the first time. I worked on one in the past. It was like a clothing brand, but I never I made $1,000 for that and kind of just gave up on it. And then I was trying to build this like coaching program, and I was up early every morning building that out because I got another job, and I went into that job at like 9 a.m. from 3 p.m. It was just like part-time because I was really trying to focus on making money online and bodybuilding. I was kind of sacrificing money now for money later. Ended up working out. Really good tip, by the way. Sacrifice money now for money later. Okay. And so, yeah, I was just on this whole grind every single day, so focused on myself. And then my Instagram blew up, it went from like 8K to 130K in just like 3 months. And after I did that bodybuilding show, people are like, dude, coach me. I want to get in shape. Like, I want to do what you do. And that's when like my third business I ever started actually did well. It actually started to make money. The first month I made $1,300, next month 18, then it doubled to like 32, then 5, then, I've hit some 10K months. And it still does like about 10K, like my whole social media, everything I make online does about 10K a month right now. Tell me about this scat pack back here, 21. And so that's where I really found myself. Now I actually have like a career going on in my life. I got social media going. I have this place. I have sponsorships. I have a business going on here. And yeah, that breakup, totally turned me around. I just finally hit a point where I was like, fuck that. And that kind of comes to, I don't even know what lesson we're on, maybe lesson 2, lesson 3. But, in order to get better, you must give yourself better, dude. Okay, in order to get better, you must give yourself better. So that's exactly what I did, is I gave myself better. And I turned that pain into power, okay? When you go through a breakup, it's going to be painful, you know what I'm saying? But you got to turn that pain into power, dude. You have to turn that fucking pain into power. Because the issue a lot of people make, and I made in the past, lesson number 4, is they use the pain the wrong way, okay? So when you go through a breakup, dude, don't turn to vices. Don't turn to more women. Don't turn to whatever. You need to turn to turning that into power, okay? Because if you turn to vices, you stay at the same level. You don't upgrade. You don't learn. You don't become better after that breakup. You become worse. You stay the same person. And if you stay the same person, you're going to continue to attract the same person into your life, right? So yeah, I completely leveled up, started to become actually like pretty successful in life. This is where everything really started to pick up for me in terms of like actually accomplishing my dreams. And, come to last relationship, which kind of started when I came back from Thailand. So I went to Thailand at the very end of last year, at the very end of 2023. I spent New Year's there, and I came back at the very beginning of 2024. And then I set my goals on I'm trying to become a pro bodybuilder then. So social media is still going well, business is still going well. And I'm like, okay, I want to continue this bodybuilding stuff because this is what originally got me successful. And kind of when I went off to Thailand, my business started to kind of do like shit because I kind of stopped pursuing what originally made me successful. So I was like, okay, let's become a pro bodybuilder. Went in a big bulk. And when I got back from Thailand, I see this girl at this gym. Like, it's like the first week I got back. See this girl at this gym. I'm like, holy shit, who the fuck is this? This girl's beautiful. And instantly get her name from my friend, instantly look at her Instagram and see that she's following me actually. I'm like, oh shit. And it took me about 2 months of kind of going to the gym, scoping her out, to eventually drop her a follow back. Then I drop her a story like, and then we're still like at the gym, and I can't really tell if she likes me or not. So I just I send her a message on Instagram. Turns out my intuition was right. She was really into me. Turns out she actually started going to the gym at that time because she found out I went to the gym at that time and wanted to talk to me. Like for 2 months, she went to the gym at that time just to see me. It was funny, dude. Funny stories we had. And so, we started all that, went on a date, everything was cool. I mean, I thought this girl was so beautiful. I thought like, this is the one, because our mindsets were so alike, It seemed like it. But the thing was, I'm 21. She's 18, right? She just graduated high school. And, at first I thought, oh, she seems pretty mature. The way she talks seems pretty mature. The words she says seems pretty mature and what I like. But then a couple months into the relationship, I start to see a difference between her words and her actions. Very often. Very often she'll say one thing and do another. Very often she'll say she'll hang out, then doesn't. And very often she says this stuff, but then does the opposite. I start to know she doesn't really stick to her word that much. And again, I kind of start some issues like this is going on. I'm kind of criticizing her and so on. And I notice that she just gets quiet every time I kind of criticize her, says like, I don't really like this, And this is the time I would pull back in this relationship just a little. I kind of learned that where I'd pull back and see what happened. And now that it's ended, what I've realized, and a client actually made me discover this. I work with a local client who's a lot older than me. He's 31 years old. I was hitting a workout with him the other day. And he was talking about his relationship, and he was saying how he comes from a family where he struggled a lot. He went through a lot of bullshit. His parents were very hard on him, so he has a lot of depth is the best way to put it, where his wife that he's been, married for 10 years, she grew up picture perfect family, no problems at all, everything paid for, etc. And so she never kind of went through what he went through, and so they don't see eye to eye in a lot of things. There's a lot of things she doesn't understand about him, why he wants things certain ways. And when he said that, I'm like, dude, that's me. I've been through so much bullshit. My family, there's a lot of bullshit that's gone on. And then I look at her and picture perfect family. Parents have been together for I don't know, ever since they were 15 years old. Long distance. She had a Mercedes. Everything paid for. Picture perfect family. And so I realized the issue with that relationship is we just didn't have the same depth. And even though she could talk with the same depth, it wasn't actually there. She never been through the struggle I've been through. And so when I would bring something up in the relationship that I didn't really quite in terms of she would say something and not follow through or not do that, she would get quiet. Very quiet, and she couldn't handle issues. She couldn't handle issues very well. And so it left me there in the relationship just kind of lost and kind of in pain, because there would be these issues which we couldn't talk about, because when I would try to talk about them, she would just shut down. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And so I guess another thing is, if the person's, their level of maturity is less than yours, it's also their level of depth as well, what they've been through. If it's not close to yours, it's probably not gonna fucking work out well. You know what I'm saying? And so, I had to leave that one just because it wasn't good for me. It was just stressing me out so much. And she moved out to college, which is only an hour away. But as soon as she moved out there, dude, just everything completely shifted. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yeah, I can't fucking do that. So we're back here to being single, and but it's great. And this relationship, again, when it ended, I just accepted it. Even though this one was every single one, it's I like this one more and more, and I want to make this one work out more and more, especially as I get older. I just accepted it. I was just this is what happened. I remember sending the text that night because, we're an hour away, we can't see each other and be like, yeah, this ain't gonna work out. So we just texted it, yeah. I just sent that text that night. I'm like, hey, not gonna work out, explain it all. She was like, cool, feel the same. I was like, all right. I didn't actually say anything back. I just went to sleep that night, woke up the next day, just went about my day as regular, And I was just like, it is what it is. It's what happened. Learn from it, grow from it, go on with life, because staying with the wrong person, you're just missing out on the opportunity, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's not working out, it's just like, again, it's gonna cause you stress. And as a young man, as a young person, dude, you don't have any room for stress. You don't have any room for negative thoughts and all this bullshit to go on. Like, you, especially as a man, you need a supporter. And like, for me, trying to be a bodybuilder, trying to be an entrepreneur, I needed like a strong supporter, somebody there for me, right? And that person just wasn't there for me, you know what I'm saying? Like they could be. And, maybe it's not the person, maybe it's just the spot they're in life, and that's okay. And that's kind of why I accepted it. And this is something that comes from a book called The 4 Agreements. Really good book. I love this. I don't remember the other 3 agreements, but the one agreement I love is never take anything personal. Okay, and this one has helped me out in my dating life a lot, is to never take anything personal. If somebody cheats on you, don't take it personal. If somebody disrespects you, don't take it personal. If somebody crosses your boundary, don't take it personal. If they break up with you, don't take it personal, because it's not personal. It is them. It's always them. It's always them, okay? That's how everything goes in life. If somebody's hating on you, it's not personal. They're hating because they have hate within, right? They're cheating on you because they're a cheater, not because you weren't good enough. Like, understand that. And so that's what brought me acceptance. And acceptance is such a higher vibration than like fear or something like that, And yeah, you just gotta accept it, dude. So, for any young men out there still watching this, what I want you to understand is your purpose is the most important thing in life, man. That's what you gotta fucking find, okay? These women, bro, they're gonna come and go. They're gonna come and go, and that's what you just gotta accept. If you're young, dude, do some dating, but don't get too invested in it, man. First lesson I said, don't get too invested into it, okay? Because if you get too invested, she's gonna be able to throw you off path very easy, and that's the last thing you want. And you got to practice detachment as well. And that's why I think this relationship went so well, is because I was able to just detach, from the whole idea we had in our head, because that's something you do when you date, is you create this whole idea of this person and what you're going to do. But if you get too attached to that, and your expectations don't work out, that shit hurts. So like for me, just don't have expectations. Like, you want to have expectations for that person, but in terms of that relationship, just don't expect anything from it, man. Just let it do what it does at the end of the fucking day. You know what I'm saying? And just focus on living your life. And that's why the last video I uploaded was actually how to deal with loneliness, because loneliness is going to be a big part of your journey, man. And if you can't be lonely in terms of like being comfortable being alone, then it's not going to be good for your dating life at the end of the day, dude. You got to be able to detach from needing other people's love by giving love to yourself, right? So that this shit doesn't throw you off path in life, man. Because that's what happens to so many young men. They allow dating to throw them off path. Think about, like, every single day, you don't know when it's your last, man. You don't know when it's your last. So you got to be on your purpose. You got to be working towards becoming that man, dude. Because you only got so long to do it. When you're young, bro, you have to make that shit happen, because you have the energy. The reason I'm able to only sleep 4 or 5 hours every single night is because I'm young. It's because I have that energy. And I work my ass off every single day because I want to get this shit out of the way now. I want to get this shit out of the way now, so that I can live the life I want later on. So, hang on. Oh. Another thing too, don't be scared of a breakup. Don't. Allow it to happen, and don't be scared of dating either, okay? Here's the thing. If you are a man that has dated like 3 or 4 women in his life, then that 4th woman or that 5th woman, it's like, when you've only dated a handful of people, when a breakup happens, when issues happen, you're super invested in that person, and you don't have those mental receipts or really the past experience to understand that, like, life always gets better after a breakup. Like, as long as you turn that pain into power, life always gets better. And that you'll always find a better person for you. Because I look back at my dating life, every single girl I've dated has always just gotten better. In terms of many, many different ways, okay? They've always gotten better. And so now that I've been through like a dozen relationships, and I can see that, okay, I always level up after, right? I always get better after. It's actually a benefit if I go through something like this. Like, it would be great to keep this person in my life because I don't want to restart, but it's actually a benefit because I grow so much each and every single time. But if you're that guy who's only been through a couple relationships, like I got a friend recently who got into a relationship with this girl, and I just don't even hear from him anymore. He doesn't hang out, he doesn't hit us up, I text him, he doesn't text me back. He's just sending fucking photos of him laying in bed with this girl. It's just like, he's super attached, and guess what? It's probably not gonna work out in the long run. And then one day he's gonna be like, yo guys, what's going on? And we're gonna be like, bro, where the fuck have you been? You know? That's the last thing you wanna do is fucking take time away from what you were doing for this new person. Like, you gotta give it time to just like, before you really invest yourself that much, man. You know? So, yeah, don't be scared of the breakup. Don't be scared of dating at the end of the day. Like, go out there and date, but don't get too invested, okay? Because if you get too invested, you get too off your path. And then that breakup could even hurt you more, you know? Like, you should be able to get over that shit in just one day. You should be back on the purpose, back on the grind. You should be on that grind while you're in it. But, like, back on, like, okay, that's fine, cool. I'm going to just go out, get better, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to spend a little time to myself, work on myself, and I'm going to go and get better. I'm going to try this shit again. That's what you gotta do, is when you get knocked down, you gotta get right the fuck back up and just try it again, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just don't let them drag you away. Don't let them drag you away. Stay focused on that grind. Stay focused on that purpose, man. It's all you gotta fucking do. Because it creates such a better dynamic in the relationship. When it comes down to a masculine man dating a feminine woman, what she truly wants to do is strength. She truly wants strength. She has to like you more than you like her, okay? And I know there's all this different advice online. Some guys say, you know, you have to like the woman more than she likes you. Some guys say, you know, the woman has to like you more than you like her. I believe that one. I believe the woman has to like you more than you like her because, you know, in the book, The Way of the Superior Man by David Dieta, he says, choose a woman that chooses you. And once you can truly understand that and actually follow that principle in life, it's so much better. Because that's what helped me, like, in this recent breakup. I was like, she didn't choose me. You know, I said, hey, these are my standards. These are what I want in a relationship. If you can't give that to me, I'm going to go. And she said, I can't, you know, sorry. You're an amazing person. I always cheer for you, but bye. I guess, you know? It was like, okay, cool. That's fine. I'm not going to fucking be sad over a woman that didn't choose me. I'm not going to be depressed or get off my path because, oh, she didn't choose me, you know? Because I built true confidence in myself because I've worked on myself. I've become a person I admire, and that's what you got to do, man. You got to become that person you admire first. You got to find love within yourself and be on your fucking purpose so that during that relationship or even possibly after that, you don't fuck up your fucking life, man. You don't fuck it up. That's what a lot of people go through. Is a lot of young men get so fucking invested in the relationship, but they don't build actually anything up in their life, right? And they're 26 and she cheats on him. Then he's just fucking left with a regular 9 to 5 and just a bullshit life, you know? And that's just like a shitty existence in my opinion, man. A shitty existence. And so, you know, dating is great because it will harden you up as a man. As long as you turn the pain into power. As long as you turn the pain into power. And that's why I want the main message of this video to be. Turn that pain into power, man. Don't be a fucking loser and turn to fucking vices. That's what the fuck I used to do. Turn to fucking vices. Get sad. That, oh, it didn't work out. Think it was fucking me. No, man. No, dude. Not at all, man. Turn that shit into power and just get better. If you want better, you got to give yourself better, brother. Okay? So I guess that's the video today. I just want to share a little story about that and some things I learned throughout dating, man. It's just, don't get too invested. Practice detachment throughout it. Understand you're always going to grow and become better after a breakup, bro. Always, man. And choose a woman that chooses you. Choose a woman that chooses you, man. That's the most important thing. Because you need a cheerleader in your life, man. You need somebody to support you. Okay? And honestly, that's the hard thing about dating nowadays, man. All these women are fucking going the career path route, and I get it, you know, woman empowerment and all that. But it's like, for a woman out there, bro, if a woman truly like gave everything to a man that had some fucking drive, he would be able to accomplish like anything. Like, that's really all a man needs, is like one good woman in his corner to really be there for him, and he can go out and accomplish anything. If you look at any, like, most millionaires and like most billionaires, they have been with one woman for a long time, right? And because, you know, women are kind of a distraction, and so that's why I say, like, don't get too invested. Like, go out there and date, but don't get too invested. Don't invest too much time, don't invest too much emotion, don't invest too much money into it until you are sure that this is a good investment for you, okay? Because once it is and you fully invest yourself, then you'll actually see a really great return on investment. You'll see some return on investment even if it doesn't turn out to be a good one in terms of it not working out, because then you'll get some pain that you can turn into power. But don't get too fucking invested, man, because all of that time and money and energy you're investing, you could invest into yourself and become a better man, because eventually your energy is going to run out. It is. Either way, it's going to fucking run out. You're going to get older, man. And if you don't build anything up for yourself at the moment, what the fuck are you going to have to show when you're 30 years old? You know what I'm saying? And the right woman will choose you. The right woman will, like, literally fucking chase you. If she truly fucking wants you, she will do everything to keep you in her life, man. Okay? And so that's what you want. That's what you want to look for, is the woman that is going to really choose you and do everything to keep you in her life. That's just the best dynamic to have in a relationship, in my opinion, as a man. So if you're going through a breakup, if you've been through one recently, maybe your current situation isn't working out, maybe you have a story like me where you just like kept going through shitty relationships, follow exactly that. Choose a woman that chooses you, and do not fucking invest too much until you are sure that this woman is like completely in on your vision, completely wants to live the life that you want to design. Because you need a builder in your life. If you're a builder as a man, I'm sure if you watch my videos, you're a builder. You want to build shit up. You want to become a better man. You want to, you know, just build in life, right? Then you need a builder as well. Some woman that is going to build with you, okay? That's what you got to look out for. That's another thing this woman said. She said, yeah, I'm a builder. She was no fucking builder, man. She was no fucking builder. She fucking ran away every time I tried to build, man. All right. That's the PR talk for today, guys. It's a long one, 47 minutes. We're heading out to Houston, and what's today? Today's September 3rd. We're heading out on the 11th, so we're heading out in 9 days. We're going to be having some vlogs out there, doing the show and stuff like that, so I'm excited, guys. I'm very fucking excited. If any of you guys want to get in the coaching team, you want to better your mind, your body, your habits, and your mindset, and your nutrition, mine's are the same. There's a link down below to book a call with me. We can hop on a call, see if you're right for the fit for the program, and get you on the team and get you hitting a handsome PR, becoming the best fucking version of yourself, guys. All right, peace out.